Since the days of slavery, much has been a struggle for the Afro-Caribbean race. Subject to racism and segregation, Afro-Caribbeans have had to fight for equality in every possible sector.
Who gave it to you?
Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
It is no secret, however, that this fight is proving victorious. Slowly but surely, more and more Afro-Caribbeans are being seen in the UK acting industry. Though the gap is small and the progress is slow, it is evident that there is a movement happening. Not allowing the colour of their skin to determine the level of their success, I wanted to find out from Afro-Caribbean actors, directors and writers where the struggle truly lies and what they're doing to make sure equality in the film industry remains. Laurence Olivier award-winning playwright Bola Agbaje is a legend in her own right. Her first play, Gone Too Far, first shown at the Royal Court at the age of only 25, was released as a feature film last year, directed by Destiny Ekegara, making Destiny the third black woman in the UK to have directed a feature film that was given theatrical distribution in the UK.
I'm from an African family, and traditionally within our family we're always told that we can achieve anything, so the idea that my skin tone is going to affect me or stop me from being anything was never something that would ever come into my head. However, it's a question I get asked a lot, which I find quite strange, because I guess that the more times you're asked that question, the more it is almost in society that's what people assume, that actually because you are black it's going to hold you back. I do feel that there are some opportunities that don't come my way because I'm black, but in any case, it's still, as I said, my parents have always raised me to kind of understand that if I want to do something, I can do it. So if one route doesn't work, I then just try another route. So it doesn't really matter. If there are obstacles in my way, I just kind of find my way around it. I think that obviously people are realizing that there is kind of, that the situation is really bad in this country. We've gone backwards instead of forwards, actually. There was a report that said that there were more black people on television in the 70s and the 80s than there are now, which doesn't make any sense because there's more black people in this country now. And so the idea that actually everything's gone worse is really, really sad. But at the same time, what was your question again? But then at the same time, yeah, I do feel like there's a movement. I feel that people are, especially the younger generation, what I love about people under the age of 35 is that, you know, not to be kind of ageist or whatever, but I do feel that there is this hunger that you sometimes lose when you've been in an industry for quite a long time. I feel that there isn't any excuse to kind of sit down and complain. If something's not working for you, I feel that there are so many opportunities out there that you can make to make it happen, because you know you can make a film on your phone, you can upload, you can put your work out there on the internet without anybody kind of being the barriers to stop you. Traditionally before, if you wanted to be an actor, you needed to be on television or on stage, and to get to those places sometimes there were obstacles that were stopping, especially black actors, stopping you from getting there. But the thing is, you know, the internet exists at the moment, so for me, like, it's how I feel as a writer. If I kind of come up against kind of, you know, people who don't like my work or whatever, I just write a web series and work with people who want to, you know, create something together. And that's the way that I overcome that obstacle. So it's the way that I'd encourage other people too.
But how does one overcome when they feel the odds are against them and they don't even know which way to turn or even where to start? It's hard to overcome when you feel like the odds are against you and you don't have the strength to do it alone. I spoke to West End's performer Deborah Dada, lead at Thriller Live, about how she keeps going when the going gets tough.
Well, for instance, I'm also in the musical theatre part of things, so I found that in the West End and stuff like that, the roles that are there for black people aren't a lot at all, very limited once again, and you find yourself either battling with a lot of people for a specific lead role, or you find yourself being put in as the ensemble or in the chorus or something like that for, you know, smaller roles, etc. So that's been a struggle in that sense. They do not feel hindered by your skin colour. Embrace your skin colour. You are not just your skin colour. Do you know what I mean? You are who you are. That's a byproduct of. Do you know what I mean? It's just what. That's just. It's a makeup of you. You know. So it can't. Don't let it limit you. Do not stand in your own way. Do not let it be a stumbling block. Do not let it, you know, push you and stuff like that. Just do you. You're an amazing actress without whether you're black or white. So yeah, being black is a matter of fact. It's just that simple.
But does the lack of roles only run skin deep, or is there a bigger picture? I attended the Black Youth Achievement Awards, where I met BAFTA award-winning actor Adam Deacon. Although not of Afro-Caribbean descent, he identifies with the culture associated with them and believes it isn't just a fight for racial rights, but cultural equality as a whole in mainstream film.
It was a 10-year struggle to get our culture, and I don't just see it as a black culture, I see it as personally a culture, a British culture, and it's important that people know that it was a struggle to get our culture on TV and film, because it wasn't a thing that came overnight. So, and now hopefully it leads to other actors, like a young guy called Mikel Davis, who's in Montana with me. Major talent, major young talent. He's part of that new generation now that are going to come through and hopefully finish what we kind of started in a sense. And I'm kind of proud to see people like Mikel go out there now and kind of keep that flag going and keep it alive, yeah. It's important, I think, for the young people to understand how hard it is, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It just means hard work. You ask Ashley Waters, like, it's just hard work and persistence. And what was great about today's event is that is what it was all about. It was about putting that message out there that you keep working hard. People like Dizzy Rascal, Wiley, N-Dubs, Tiny Temper, all these people, it didn't come to them. They didn't win X Factor. They put in hard graft, and that's what it's really about. It's about believing and achieving.
When you're in the acting industry, you'll find that everyone there is so welcoming to everyone. They're so welcoming whether you're black, whether you're Asian, whether you're white, and it doesn't really matter, to be honest. So in my experience so far, I feel like being black hasn't really set me back. In fact, I think hearing about all these black people that have actually achieved so much, such as Morgan Freeman, Idris Elba, Nelson Mandela, all the people that have achieved so much in their own fields, I believe that has pushed me forward, not set me back. Directors, casting directors, casters, they're all looking for resilience. They're all looking for resilience. They're all looking for direct approach. They're all looking for determination. They're all looking for all of that. So if you are determined, then you will get far. So all I've got to say is never give up and try again.
Be inspired, man. There's so many greats. Every single race has that one person that everyone could look up to, you know? Like, I don't know, I am British, but I look up to Denzel like crazy, you know, and everything he's achieved. And I want to get there one day and hopefully surpass him. People like Sidney Poitier, all these people that can inspire you. And being inspired is the first step to greatness. I think my colour's an advantage because I'm so one with myself and the way I was brought up. Black is beautiful, you know, the black, the berry, the sweet, the juice, all that. And also with God as well. God made me and everything God does is perfect.
It's your belief, you know, and you shouldn't believe that you're hindered. As long as, you know, you're working hard and you know that you're the best actor that you could possibly be at the time of your audition, then there should never be a sort of inferiority complex.
There is clear evidence that as Afro-Caribbeans, our stories are being told. Though the stories of our culture is still a struggle to be seen, the stories of our history breaks box office charts, as the recent release of 12 Years a Slave and Selma have proven so. But what about other roles for Afro-Caribbean actors? Not just the ones about segregation and racism, but horrors, comedies, romance, versatility in the genres. Are there really enough roles for actors of every colour?
No, quite simply. Definitely not. There aren't as many, let's say, lead roles or well-written characters for black actors as there are for the white counterpart. Film is film, you know, that's that's a whole industry in itself, and so I don't think it needs to be segregated through race. You know, when there's a film with predominantly white actors and actresses, we don't go and say, wow, that's white film, you know, and therefore I don't feel like that should be the case with the black film industry. You know, just because there's predominantly black actors in it doesn't mean it has to be black film. It's great, you know, and we should celebrate it, but I don't think it should necessarily have its own section in the industry. The way the industry is right now, as I said, there aren't that many well-written roles or well-rounded characters for black actors as there are for white actors, and so we have to work twice as hard so that when we do get a role, maybe something can be written for us. You know, it's a shame. I think the industry probably needs to work a bit harder to make sure that that's not the case, but as it stands right now, yes.
Writer and director Ade Solanke believes it is her duty as a writer to ensure that actors and directors have the opportunities they need in theatre and film.
So there are opportunities that we as writers of colour, female writers, have, and it's really about staying power and persisting in spite of the obstacles. And if we ever reach the promised land, the challenge will be to just keep on getting better and better. The challenges, however, like any challenge, are surmountable. I think it's about application. I think it's about us persisting. It's always about producing work and also always striving to be as good as you can be. It's that quality that will ultimately prevail.
Although there is clearly a breakthrough of Afro-Caribbean actors in the acting industry, a lot of work still needs to be done. However, boundaries are being broken every day and nothing is impossible. Hard work and determination will get you anywhere, no matter the colour of your skin. Talent cannot be denied. Excellence will always be the best weapon against prejudice.
Let the beat go, let the beat go. 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 Hey, oh na no.